Hello everybody, my name is Andrew and today we're going to try something different. Today I'm going to show you my figure and statue collection. Okay, so before you start collecting these things, something that nobody tells you is that you have to clean them and give them maintenance. So you have to take a brush like this, which is basically, a makeup brush. And you gotta dust them off and you gotta keep them nice. So I'm gonna do that real quick because I haven't done it in a long time and I don't think that's too fun to watch, so I'm just gonna time lapse it. Let's go. Now the fun thing about figures, I'm just going to call them figures, I'm not going to distinguish into figures and statues and figurines, let's just call everything figures. The cool part about figures is that some of them have stories, some of them come with things that you remember from certain places, how you got it, who gave it to you, etc. So I'm going to show you guys individually my favorite pieces, and I'll tell you a little bit why it's my favorite piece and how I got it. And after that, I'll just try to get some shots of the whole collection and show you guys what I got. Okay, so this big guy right here is the first high-end collectible I ever got. It's Artorias of the Abyss from Dark Souls, from the first DLC of Dark Souls. And come on, man. Come on. I mean, this has to be the most badass thing I have ever seen. And I own it, so I'm very proud of it. I think I didn't dust it too good, but yeah. So after this, I bought this one and I went crazy. Like, I needed so many of these things. That's what happens with me. Like, I start to get interested in something, but if it's very expensive, once I pull the trigger, I just lose all control. All control, and I'm like, oh yeah, I have to pre-order all of them. Now this thing right here is one of my favorite possessions. It's the Helm of Sauron from the Lord of the Rings. It's so cool. It's a 1-to-1 scale replica, so this is life-size. This is the exact size of Sauron's head. How cool is that, guys? Now, this one I had seen in the internet. I had seen in some shops, in some malls, and it was just insane. Like, I was like, one day I'm gonna buy that statue when I'm grown up and rich. That's never happened, fingers crossed, but I got it anyway. Found it on eBay. And yeah, you're probably wondering the same thing everybody wonders when they see it. Can I wear it? And the answer is yes, but it's extremely painful. Now, if you're not a Metroid fan, let me just tell you, this is one of the most badass characters in the entire world, okay? So, this is Samus Aran wearing her light suit from Metroid Prime Echoes, which is Metroid Prime 2. Now, Metroid has been one of my favorite game series since Super Metroid for the Super Nintendo. If you haven't played that, please just click off this video and go play that right now. So yeah, she's wearing the light suit, she just got it. This is when you just get the upgrade. She's looking at her hand, she's saying like, damn, this shit look good. And yeah, this is so awesome. They also have a version that lights up. This is the standard version, or the regular version they call it. This is one of the most badass characters. I mean, she's a woman, and she's the most badass woman. She's just kicking everybody's ass. She's always alone, except for the new versions of the games, which are terrible, and I just try to imagine that they don't exist. But yeah, Samus. Actually, my dog's name is also Samus, in honor of this badass lady. And also from Metro, we also have this figure right here. This is Samus also, but this is a new design. Back in the Super Nintendo and NES games, she was a muscular, big woman, and she was like, she was taller than I am. You know how tall I am, that's a bad reference. She was very tall, and, I mean, strong. And they turned her into a very feminine, curvy kind of woman, and I still like the design, but I much prefer that they would have kept the original concept, but still, the design is awesome, and this statue is pretty cool. A lot of people make fun of her, and in statue groups and stuff, they call her Potato Face Samus. That's just mean. I think her face is okay. Look at that. My face is not potato. I'm a lady. And last but not least, with the Metroid love, we got a Metroid and a smaller Metroid. Okay, that's it. Now this dude right here is a head crab zombie scientist from Half-Life 2. So basically, a head crab, which is a small alien, will latch onto your head and control your body. So they'll kill you and then you'll turn into a zombie and they'll control your body. You grow claws and you turn into this thing, and you can see his intestines are out of his body, and he's just looking like he had a day, if you know what I mean. And yeah, this is one of the coolest statues. Half-Life 2 is actually one of my favorite games of all time. I know it gets a lot of crap, and they're like, oh, it's a bad gameplay, and it's overhyped. No, it's not! Very good game. Play it if you haven't played it. Now, this one is also one of my favorites. If you don't know, this is from Zelda the Wind Waker. That's one of my favorite Zeldas. Back when it came out, I remember I was kind of let down because of the graphic style. When it came out, wow, it's like the darkest Zelda game thematically with the most colorful graphics, and I ended up loving it, and now it's one of my favorite Zelda games today. So in this figure, we have little Zelda on top of the King of Red Lions, and he's making his way down to save the Mushroom Kingdom. So there you go, beautiful piece. Check it out. This is one of the big ones also, so I don't want to carry it anymore. This figure right here is a Kakashi Ambu figure. Back when Kakashi was in the Ambu Special Forces and whatever, if you saw that anime, Naruto, cool. If you didn't, it's a cool figure. Now what happened with this one is, I really wanted this figure. So I ordered it, I found one at a really good price, and I said, wow, that seems too good to be true! And it was. I got a Chinese bootleg knockoff. And well, I contacted the person that sold it to me, and he was like, oh my god, I didn't know. They sold it to me telling me that it was an original one. He might have been just bluffing, see if I keep it. But he said, I'll give you back your money and you can keep the piece. So when I got this piece and opened the box, I was like, oh, this is crap. It looks like garbage in comparison to the pictures. But once it became free, I was like, yeah, it's not so ugly. And I ended up putting it up on a shelf. So, I mean, it's not so bad. I don't think it's cool that... There we go. But it's not cool that it's a knockoff. But whatever, I mean, these things happen. I also got a knockoff of Majora's Mask figure. And yeah, sometimes you can't help it, but just as a general rule, if they're too cheap to be true or too good to be true, they are too good to be true, and they're just a bootleg. Okay, so this figure right here is a PVC Piccolo. Now, Piccolo has always been my favorite character from Dragon Ball. I know that's weird. I don't think he's a favorite character of anybody, but he's always been my favorite. I always liked his personality. He was just like the coolest dude, even though he gets overpowered further on. But yeah, he's a cool dude. And this specific figure was given to me by a pretty bad person. A person which I was in a relationship with. I don't want to get into it too much, but when you get out of these type of relationships, you want to get rid of everything that reminds you of these people, but come on, man, look at that. That's not a very good shot, but I mean, it's a really cool figure. And when you come to these decisions, you're like, okay, so what do? I throw it out and then I'm gonna have to buy it for myself again? That's ridiculous. So at the end of the day, time heals everything, and I kept this badass figure, and I kept a few other badass figures because who cares, man? I mean, screw you. You're gonna do bad things in life, and I'm gonna throw away my figures? No way. So I ended up keeping it, and I'm happy I kept it because it's one of my favorites. And you can actually change his hand. He's got it open like this right now, but you can also change it to when he's doing his power. Yeah, cool figure. Now this is not a figure or a statue, but it's one of my favorite possessions of things. This is little Gizmo. He is a Mogwai. Now please nobody type in the comments like, I love your gremlin, because it's not a gremlin. I never feed it after 12, and I do not wet it, okay? So just don't go there. I love you. Please subscribe. Now, this is also one of my favorite pieces, even though it's kind of small in comparison to the other Polystone statues. I mean, it's awesome. You got this troll. It's in the final battle of the Lord of the Rings in Minas Tirith. And this dude, he's just wrecking these Minas Tirith soldiers. You can see he's got one in his hand. Look at that. And he just crushed the helmet of another dude. This guy is insane. He doesn't give a crap. He's like, Aah! And these guys are like, Aah! And the music is like, dun, 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 dun. Okay, I'm gonna stop. Pretty cool figure though. This figure I love. I don't know what it is. I don't know what it's from. If any of you guys know, please let me know. It's like this weird concrete humanoid piece of concrete, and he's just like sort of, I don't know, squishing the concrete against himself, and he's sort of enjoying it. He's just like, and I mean, this is like the best thing ever, and he wiggles around. So weird. Funny story, this guy, I got him like at a Comic-Con Expo type of thing in Mexico, which is like low budget Comic-Con. And yeah, some guy was selling this one and another couple of figures which weren't as cool. And I asked him how much this one was, and he was like, oh, you have to buy them all together. So I flipped him, and he was gonna charge me, like, I flipped him for half the money. So let's say he was gonna cost me $30 or $60, something like that, and I flipped and I won. I paid the half whatever the money was. I have no idea, no reference point how much it cost me, but I'm so happy I got it. This is one of my favorite things because it's just so weird and so unique. So yeah, I love it. If anybody knows what it's from, please let me know in the comments. I'd really appreciate it. I try to Google, but what do I do? Like, humanoid concrete that gives itself pleasure with flattening device. Come on. Funko Pops. I have a bunch of Funko Pops, like a bunch, like more than I'm proud of having. So I'm just gonna show you a few of my favorite ones out of all of them. First off, I have Gaston from The Beauty and the Beast. I got it recently. I thought it's so cool. There's not a lot of stuff from these guys. Gaston is a really cool character. I think he's so funny. One of my favorite characters because he's just such a douchebag. He's such a terrible, terrible person. Like, nobody should be like this guy. But he's just so funny, man. It's just so funny how ridiculously douchey he is. So yeah, cool character, one of my favorites. Then what do we got here? We got the dude from The Big Lebowski. I mean, how could I not have him? He's one of my favorites. The dude. We also have, I just threw Marty in here. I mean, I don't even like this one too much, but I just wanted you guys to think that I have a real high IQ because I watched the show. So here you go, some proof. High IQ dude over here. When we got the Cowardly Lion from The Wizard of Oz. Very cool figure, Cowardly Lion. I just think he's really cool. I like The Wizard of Oz. No big story around that guy. Ash from Army of Darkness, or from Evil Dead. This one is from Army of Darkness because he's already wearing the thing and he's strapped on, and he also had the chainsaw from Evil Dead 2. So yeah, then I got BoJack Horseman. I don't know if you guys see that show. If you don't, go see it now. Very good show. Then, of course, one of my favorites, one of my favorite movies, we've got O-Ren Ishii from Kill Bill. I love how they made the figure. Her body is very tiny. You know, I mean, most of them are like this, but look at hers, man. I mean, that's exaggerated. She balances pretty good. So pretty cool figure. She's got her katana. Okay, now to finish with the Funkos, this is my favorite one out of all. It's Dr. Frankenfurter from the Rocky Horror Picture Show. I'm just a sweet transvestite from transsexual Transylvania. So there you go. I sang a little bit for you guys. Pretty cool figure, huh? Oh, the bass fell off. So yep. And I almost forgot one of my favorite ones as well. It's the genie from Aladdin. Now this is the rarest one I own. This figure sells for a lot of money. There's not many out there right now. So yeah. This one was also given to me by she who I will not name. So yeah, terrible person, very cool figure. So does this make up for terrible deeds? Not really, but it's still a pretty cool figure. Very rare. I will never sell it. This is just also favorite character. It's very rare. I don't know, I'm just gonna stop talking about the genie, but Genie is the best character in the world. Never had a friend like me. Now, also some of my favorites, these are small PVC figures. They're Medicrom, ultra detailed figures. These are based on the arcade Mario, and they're so cool. They're based on the art that was actually printed on the arcade machines. I also got this one from Super Mario Bros. 3, which is from the manual. A very cool figure. These are some of my favorites. This one from Mario 1, also from the manual. Really cool. Also, one of my favorites from this same line are these baby Yoshis. Now, these are supposedly from the new Mario Brothers, but they're just like the ones from Super Mario World, and Super Mario World is my favorite Mario. My favorite 2D Mario. And this Yoshi. Now, what's so amazing about this Super Mario World Yoshi is based on the art from the manual also. But what's amazing about this guy is that this is like the only Yoshi available that's not standing. You see? Normally, any Yoshi figure will be in this position. He's standing, you see? And this one, he's in the jumping position. And that's really cool. He's just like in the manual. And out of the Medicrom ones, my favorite one, and you will see why, is Link from the manual of the original Zelda. Check this thing out. That is the most awesome thing. Check it out. So yeah, that's one of my favorite ones. It's small, it's not one of the most expensive ones, but it's so cool. And now that we're talking about Zelda stuff, my favorite Link is this one. check it out. This is from the Good Smile company, but the paint application in this thing is so amazing. I don't even know how they did that. Well, it's not focusing. Let me get it off its base. Okay, here we go. You see, they did something really cool with the paint application. That's what makes this one so special. I love it. It's based on the Skyward Sword link. I actually have 2 Skyward Sword links, but the other one's not so cool. And finally, I don't want to do too many Zelda things, but this Ganondorf is one of my all-time favorites as well. They also made a big polystone one. This is a PVC one. It's still pretty big, but not that big. And it's a really cool one, so check it out. So yeah, this is one of my favorites. I don't have a story for these, but I just really like them. I thought I'd show them to you close up. So yeah, guys, those are my favorite pieces out of my collection. And let's go check out the rest of my stuff. Okay guys, so that'll be it for today. I hope you enjoyed this video. I know it was different than what we're used to, but I want to do these type of different videos. I might even start doing more vlog-like videos, so yeah. I'm looking into that. Please let me know what you think of these style of videos and what you thought of this one. What's your favorite figure out of all my collection? Please let me know in the comments. I would really love to know. And I will see you guys in the next one. Thank you for watching. Goodbye.